What if I told you that one of the biggest stars from the 1980s and 1990s just shocked the internet again? And no, it is not another celebrity scandal or silly tweet. It is something way more wild. We are talking about Heather Locklear, yes, that Heather Locklear, and some pictures that have everyone talking. You might laugh, you might be shocked, or you just might gag. But before you judge, there is a whole story behind it. Stick around until the end, because the final twist will leave you with one big question: what really happened to Heather Locklear? First things first, let us rewind. Before phones had cameras and TikTok ruled the world, there was a time when television was everything. And Heather Locklear? She was everywhere. You would see her on hit shows like Melrose Place and Dynasty. She had that big, blonde hair, the bright smile, and the kind of confidence people copied. She was one of the top faces in Hollywood. People wanted to be her, or be with her. But fame? Fame is not always fun. And Heather's story shows that clearly. With great fame came big pressure. Heather seemed like she had it all: beauty, money, and fame. But behind the scenes, things were different. She went through tough marriages, personal problems, and struggles that the cameras did not always catch. Her name started showing up in the news, not for movies, but for hospital visits, breakups, and even run-ins with the law. It felt like she was slipping, and fans did not know what to think. Then, silence. Heather stepped out of the spotlight for a long time. Years later, Heather slowly started showing up again. Paparazzi snapped photos of her at grocery stores, walking her dog, or just sitting in her car. She looked different. Not the glamorous television star, but someone older, maybe tired, maybe just living a normal life. Some people cheered for her. Others? Not so kind. But no one expected what came next. Out of nowhere, pictures started floating around online. And yes, Heather was topless in them. Not in a magazine or on purpose, but more like a weird, accidental photo taken at the beach. She was sunbathing, relaxing, looking peaceful. No makeup. No fancy outfits. Just her and the ocean. Some people could not believe it. They made fun of her. Said rude things. Called her names. A few even said, "I could not look. I almost gagged." But others saw something else. As the pictures spread, so did the comments. And not all were mean. Some people actually praised Heather. They said, "She looks real. Not fake like all the filters on Instagram. She is not hiding who she is. That takes guts. She is just being human." One fan even wrote, "I would rather see a real woman aging naturally than someone pretending to be 25 forever." Heather did not say much about the pictures. But maybe that was her message. That she did not care anymore about what people think. That she was done hiding. So, what is really the big deal? Why do people freak out when they see a star looking, well, normal? Maybe it is because we expect stars to stay perfect forever. But that is not real life. People age. They go through stuff. They mess up. They try again. Heather's topless photos were not about trying to be sexy or get attention. It looked like she was just trying to breathe. And maybe that is the part we should all pay attention to. So, what do you think? Were the photos shocking? Gross? Brave? Beautiful? Or maybe just human? Everyone has an opinion, and yours matters too. But one thing is for sure, Heather Locklear is not the same young star we saw decades ago. She is a woman who lived through fame, fell hard, and now seems to be just trying to live life on her own terms. And maybe, just maybe, that is something worth respecting. Hit the comments and tell us what you felt when you saw the pictures. Were you surprised? Did it change how you see her? And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. You are one of the real ones. Do not forget to like, share, and if you want more crazy celebrity stories, hit that subscribe button. We have got plenty more where that came from. Until next time, stay curious, and stay kind. Heather Locklear shocked the world, but maybe the real shock is how people reacted. Click here to see what another 1990s icon did last week.